12th pick. So I'll show y'all what we do from every position. Yes, I'm going live. All right, you already know what we're on. Is we get the 12 pick PPR league. We already got Justin Jefferson off the board first, Eckler second, Jamar Chase third. We're sitting at the 12 pick, like I said. Gonna see what we're gonna do with a couple turnaround rounds. Christian McCaffrey, CMC. Bijan Robinson after him. Kelsey off the board. It's gonna be interesting at the 12 pick. Kind of like the 12 pick. You end up kind of like with 2 first-round picks, just late, but 2 studs. And I like kind of picking back to back. Third. Saquon Barkley still up there. Henry still up there. Devontae Adams still up there. Jonathan Taylor still up there. CD Lamb still up there. St. Brown still up there. Coming up to our pick soon. I believe we pick next. Let's see what happens if we pick a couple wide receivers up in this area. We'll go with old Devontae. We'll draft Devontae. Back on the board. You know what? I kind of like CD Lamb this year. I think you're going to have a good year. Like I said, I want to start off with a couple strong receivers, see what happens. All right, so we got Devontae Adams and CD Lamb. We're feeling good about our receiver core right off rip. Let's see what we can do with our running backs when we come back around. All right, coming off the board now after CD Lamb, after I took Devontae Adams, CD Lamb, we had Nick Chubb. Like I said, I'll probably go through about 40s, see what the turnarounds look like. Josh Jacobs just came off the board, round 2. See if y'all can see the running list. Show y'all what we doing between the music there. Chilling with the family, do some mock drafts. Always up for some football. Tyreek Hill's off the board. Diggs off the board. Barkley's off the board. Henry's off the board. Devontae Adams off the board. CD Lamb's off the board. Pollard just went off the board at the beginning of second. Right after Josh Jacobs. Garrett Wilson off the board as well. Right after Tony Pollard. Amon St. Brown after Wilson. St. Brown's going to be a stud this year. We got some studs. We're going to be giving some advice. Today, we're just doing a quick little turnaround, see how we do. So if we get some people up in this live, yo, if we got anybody out there, comment, share. You like football? Y'all football nerd like FASH Garden, and let's get it in, y'all. FASH's voice is a little hoarse, as you can hear. Excuse me. Jalen Waddle just came off the board. Round 2. 16th, 2 of 16. 16th pick. Waddle, that's interesting. Over Taylor. They're hating on Taylor right now. Get some news on Taylor. Gonna be breaking down some of these running backs. Taylor's just sitting on the board. Oh, Taylor just came off the board, I think. No, A.J. Brown just came off the board. Great pick. Taylor's still sitting up on the board, hating his team. Tim Patrick Mahomes. We got Josh Allen coming up. We got some stud QBs coming back up. It looks like Hurts coming up. The ADP on these, that's the only thing you got to pay attention to big time is they may not go according to your list. This is going according to whatever platform you're using, according to their ADP, their draft position, the average draft position. That's what they go off of. So if you tend to go auto pick or something like that, you're going to end up with the next best player. Or if you have a sleeper that they put up on Front Street because they decide to run a bunch of quarterbacks right now, you got to watch out for the runs and grab your quarterbacks. And right now we're coming back down to the second. I see somebody's already on auto pick. Some of these mock drafts go quick just on the strength of that, is that a lot of people do the auto picks and whatnot. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Fast is here, you heard? Yo, friend in need, friend indeed, always here. The fastest friend, that's me. Yo, USMC, do a little freestyle in between because we nerds like that, like this football. Yo, Josh Allen off the board, Hurts off the board. See, here we go, the QB run. Mahomes mixing, great pick. Hurts and Josh Allen off the board. Metcalf just went off the board. So there was a run in QBs already. So right now that tells Fash to fall back. Top 4 QBs went off the board. Yo, I'm okay with falling back on QB. Right now, who we got up here? We got Higgins. We got Devontae Smith. We got Travis Etienne. Najee Harris, a very interesting character this year. Fash is coming up for his pick, too. Rashad White, Debo Sams. Ooh, that would be a very interesting flex, considering Fash has 2 studs at receiver. But we're going to go ahead and try to lock up some of these running backs and see what our team ends up looking like. Right now, don't forget, we have the talented Devontae Adams and CD Lamb on the team. Let's see what we get for backs. Oh, I got a phone call coming in. We're going to have to not take that one right now. Sorry about that. We're live. We're going to do these first 4 rounds at least. We'll get back to gentlemen later. Brother of Oz. T. Higgins just went off the board. Cooper went off the board. Travis Etienne off the board. Gibbs off the board. Fash is up with 2 picks. And Devontae Smith just went off the board. I kind of like this right now. We got the Najee Harris. I kind of like Pittsburgh as a sleeper team this year. Yo, should Fash guy? Look, Fash could go Debo Samuels right here. He kind of a running back, ain't he? I mean, that kind of counts, right? It's better than Houston's running back. Who else we got over here? We got a sneaky Joe Burrows. Mark Andrews. We're running out of time. We're going to go with Burrows. We're going to have a stud. We're going to go ahead and grab a stud QB with that turnaround. I don't like the running backs right there. We're already in. See, and that's how fast, and that's how fast the split time running backs come up. Fash was doing the turnaround, the 3rd to 4th round, and already right there. The next tier of running backs are very compatible to. They'll make it to me in the next go around, so I'm not worried about it. So I got to grab my stud quarterback, some Burrows, got Harris as running back, stud running back, Devontae Adams, CD Lamb. I'm feeling the team so far. We'll see what it looks like when it comes back around. Keenan Allen just went off the board. Mark Andrews off the board. Waller off the board. Waller went off the board before Mark Andrews. Kevin Ridley before them. Lamar Jackson off the board. Here goes a little. See, we might have introduced a little QB run. Now everybody worry about their QBs. Damon Pierce off the board. See, I wasn't feeling Pierce. They had Pierce. Rashad White, I actually like on the fact PPR league. He was a catching stud last year. So if he makes it back around, he won't because there's auto pick. That's something you have to worry about on your platforms. If your platform has an auto pick, they might select the first one off the board. They won't make it back to you. So you have to pay attention to where you are in the draft. And right now we're heading on a snake draft back down to the 1 pick. Fash is the 12 pick on the turnaround. Yeah. So we got any people out there? I don't even know when they're going to show this. Just stay focused. Kids know this. We might go in on the daily and show every position. So no. This. Everybody on my league stay off. Take no kids. Not just kidding. Oh, no this. That's a lot of no thises. Listen. We got Chris Gooden still on the board. Christian Watson. Kamara still on the board. Miles Sanders sitting in Carolina still on the board. I'd love for him to make it back to me. Probably won't because I got a couple people on auto pick. DJ Moore, Mike Evans. On the team right now, we have Joe Burrows. Anybody just checking in? Najee Harris, Devontae Adams, CD Lamb. So we're probably going to be looking for some backs. Maybe we'll check out what the tight ends look like. Fash ain't really feeling nothing that. I like Miles Sanders. I don't think he's going to make it back to me. Fash, look at a couple picks. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 9. Fash got about 10 picks. So it's coming back down to me right now. Scary Terry McLaurin still on the board. Mike Williams still on the board. Got a couple studs still at receiver on the board. So that's why I'm feeling the receiver pool's going a little bit deeper than the running back pool. That's why on that turnaround, perhaps I should have focused in on a little bit of the running backs. But again, I told you I will experiment in many different ways. Fash is very good at drafting. Out of the last, say, 15, 16 years. Fash has been to the playoffs at least 12 of them. So, dozen cousin, let's run them. Yo. All right. Miles Sanders off the board. Chris Goodwin off the board. Madison off the board. I like that pick. Scary Terry off the board. James Conner off the board. Christian Watson off the board. Kamara still on the board with a suspension. Could be a late. He could be a league winner. He could be a sleeper league winner once he come back in. We still got Cam Akers on the board. And to be honest with you, there's fastest sleepers on the board for a little flexing. We'll see what happens. We got Hopkins on the board, Moore still on the board, Mike Evans still on the board, Mike Williams still on the board, Marquise Brown still on the board, Cam Akers, nice running back, still on the board. And look at the running backs real quick. Kamara, Akers, Pacheco, James Cook. Where are we? We're at 60 right now. 70s don't make it back down to us. So if I want a decent running back, I better take them now. And I think I'm going to take a pair of studs is what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to take James Cook first. I'm trying to rush fast. We're going to take Kamara off the board. You know why? Because when Kamara comes back, he's going to be a stud, and he could be a league winner. So as long as I design the rest of my team to make it to the playoffs, we will be able to be studs in the playoffs. I want to look real quick, see who's left at tight end. We got George Kittle still left at tight end. Pitts, Goodart, can never pronounce his name right. Pat Fairman, Evan Ingram, Jacksonville, new team. I think he'll do some big things. Najiku, I can never pronounce these. Tight end last name. So we'll go ahead and we're good on tight end. We can fall back on tight end for a little while. Most of these guys should go to auto pick. I'm going to try to get y'all a complete team real quick. So far we have Joe Burrow. We'll go the way we drafted him. In the first two picks, we grabbed Devontae Adams and CD Lamb. We tried the wide receiver experiment. This is a wide receiver experiment. In the next round, we got Najee Harris, RB1 stud. We got Joe Burrows, QB1 stud. In our next go around, we picked up James Cook, and and we have Kamara on the bench, suspended for a couple games, but might come back the stud. And we're gonna wait for this to come back around. Probably do about 8 to 10 rounds. I'm just gonna give y'all a full team as soon as I can get my flex position filled in. We're probably gonna call it a draft. How y'all feeling it so far? Yo, we'll do this. The way Fash looks at it, I play in type leagues that you don't know your position until about 5 minutes, 10 minutes before the draft. So it's best to be prepared for every position in the draft. So, and if you're wondering why Fash's eyes are listen, Fash is tired. Fash traveled all day yesterday. That's why no video shot yesterday. Fash is back and forth to Boston, up in northern Massachusetts. Fash is down here drafting live for y'all, sitting here committed. That's what we do. Let's get some. Yeah, who we got up in there? Type hi. I wish I could type back to y'all. I think I can. Let me see if I can figure this out. Top chats, live chats, live chat. What's the live chat say? What up, live chat? They don't let me type nothing in the box. All right. Anyways, we're back to the draft. All right, who we got taken off the board? We had D. Hopkins, Evans, Mike Williams off the board. Javonte Williams, dope running back late in the draft. Marquise Brown, George Kittle, Mike Thomas, Pitts, a little tight end run going. Pittman Jr., Trevor Lawrence, very good steal. Trevor Lawrence just went round 7, I believe, pick 76. Dalvin Cook still on the board, questionable. Goodert still on the board. We still need to fill in our tight end position. We got a little turnaround coming up. Still could use some weapons. Still could use some RBs. We got Montgomery out there. Detroit, that's interesting. J.K. Dobbins, he's out right now. Buffalo, he could be a stud as long as he can stay healthy. Pickens, oh, what a beautiful receiver. Late. That's why I like the receivers a little bit later in the draft right now, to be honest with you. Right now they're bringing up my boy Pheromone. So see, like he won't make it all the way back to me. Pat F. Oh, Pat F. Pat Fairmouth. I gotta work on his names. All right. It's fast, being fast. Oh, we're on the board. Let's see, for running backs, we got Montgomery, could be a steal in Detroit, picking up some of the leftover work, pick us in. Let's see who actually is in the running backs. So we're going to scroll it down real quick. The running backs, bam, we got J.K. Dobbins. We got Dylan still out there as a steal. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and steal A.J. Dillon right there. And just because we got to load up on some bad, actually, we still need a tight end as well. Let's go see what we got at tight ends. And, you know, I'm going to be honest and let y'all know if I like the teams or not. Excuse me. So I'm going to have Eric Ingram in Jacksonville just because I think he might be the little Jacksonville stud over there. I know they like to fly the ball. They might be playing from behind a little bit and poof. So we got a little Evan Ingram. If he stays healthy, he could be a stud. Right now, our team looks like Joe Burrows, Najee Harris, James Cook, Devontae Adams, CeeDee Lamb, Evan Ingram, Kamara on the bench as a potential flex after the suspension. Do I like this team? Will I give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down? Let's see. I'll tell you what, I really like the receiver core, Devontae Adams, CeeDee Lamb. You can't go wrong there. You got two strong wide receiver ones, potential top 5 wide receivers. You're playing in a PPR league. You got Kamara coming off the bench in 6 games, so the potential first 5 games could be tough. However, James Cook could hold it down. Najee Harris, I believe, could be a nice sleepover in Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? As long as he stays healthy, Pittsburgh could come together a little nice this year. We'll see. Joe Burrows is a quarterback. He was a stud last year, top 7, top 5 quarterback type, depending on your league. I'll give this team, for the first draft of this season live on FASH's live stream, we'll give it a thumbs up. Joe Burrows, Najee Harris, James Cook, Devontae Adams, CeeDee Lamb, Evan Ingram, and Amari Cooper. That was talentedly drafting wide receivers heavily first on the first turnaround in pick 12 with Devontae Adams and CeeDee Lamb. All right, thank you, ladies, gentlemen, however you identify. Yo, just give this guy some room to identify. My IB wanting to be providing some of the skylight to some of these guys, but I might be just a little bit technical. Like, yo, dan. I'll catch y'all later. Thank you so much for checking in for the live stream. I really love y'all. Peace. Don't forget to check in the music, Fast Freestyle like a fool.